Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Before starting my presentation today, allow me to introduce myself. So let me introduce myself. My name is Khalifa Khairunisa with the last three name number 117 from class BG 122. So here I will present as a three article. The three article is the Scopus intake article. Without further ado, I will start the presentation. Our first article presentation with the title is Exploring Standard Therapy for Emotional Transformation in B40 Children, School Counselor Experience in Malaysia. The study aims to explore the use of standard therapy by school guardians and counselors to support the emotional, behavioral, and cognitive development of children from low-income families or B14. Furthermore, it provides context that B14 children face socioeconomic challenges that impact their emotional and academic well-being. Standard therapy is a nonverbal, expressive counseling method that uses miniature and sound as a medium for expressive emotion. The next is the theoretical framework. In the article, use the theoretical framework is Adler individual psychology, which emphasizes self-concept and social integration, and the child contraction play therapy, philosophy that support emotional expression through symbol play. It also includes a framework for psychological well-being that encompasses aspects of autonomy, personal growth, positive relationship, and self-acceptance. In this article, have a three methodology. The first methodology is a qualitative case study with 5 trained school counselor and 10 B40 students from secondary school in Malaysia. In the second is the interview, observation, session report, video recording, and sedentary artifact. And the third is a thematic analysis to identify themes and subthemes. In this article, reads is a finding indicate that sedentary therapy successfully built a strong therapeutic relationship between counselor and children, characterized by trust, security, and cooperation. Nonverbal symbolic play helps children reduce communication barriers, making them more open and cooperative. Emotionally, children experience increased expression of feelings, reduced complication, and increased self-awareness through the use of transference, multisensory engagement, and metaphor progressive from communication to stability and confidence. Significant behavioral changes are seen in the discrete aggression, increased independence, and improved verbal and physical expression with support collaboration with counselor and peers. Cognitively, therapy helps children improve decision-making, problem-solving skill, and mental literacy with increasingly positive and structured thought patterns through the introduction of symbols and metaphors. And the next is the implication of this article. Standard therapy is effective as a creative intervention from children with B14, supporting the holistic development and professionalism of guardian and counselor. Expanded use and future research are recommended. The last is a conclusion. The therapy supports children's emotional, behavioral, and cognitive transformation. Guardian, teacher play a crucial role in the building student resilience and self-expression. Innovating counseling methods like this are crucial for providing inclusive and meaningful emotional support in the school environment. The first article presentation is finished. So the next I will continue to present the second article. So in this second article, I will explain the concept of development of an evaluation instrument for career guidance program using goal achievement framework. So the next I will presentation of introduction this article. Career guidance programs are increasingly important in vocational education to prepare students for the labor market. This study focused on developing and validation and evaluation instruments to measure the effectiveness of career guidance program in Indonesia vocational school. A section evaluation method like systematic rigor and objective measurement of student outcome, making this study vital to improving the quality of guidance service and student resilience. The evaluation instrument is based on the Goal Attainment Scaling or GAS framework, which evaluation assessment based on the preset individual goals. Next, theoretical framework. The theoretical foundation of this study integrates career guidance principle, embracing skill development, self-awareness, and alignment with workforce needs. The GAS framework offers a flexible and standardized approach to evaluating goal assessment and program success. Additionally, the study aligns with outcome-based education principle, which prioritize measurable student competence and real-world skill, ensuring evaluation method reflects student readiness from dynamic work environment. Next is methodology. In this article, I have three methodology. The first, need analysis. The need analysis involves school counselor and vocational student to identify key competence that the evaluation instrument should measure. And the second method, the instrument validation engine career gradients and educational assessment expert using content validity in this case. And the third methodology is pilot testing and data analysis. Pilot testing was conducted with a large sample of counselors to ensure clarity, relevancy, and usability of the instrument. Data were analyzed quantitatively and qualitatively to ensure reliability and practical applicability. The next is the research result. Number 1. Needed key evaluation aspect. Job application preparation, communication skill, understanding work culture, stage mastery, discussion making. Number 2. Validity test. Instruments show high content validity, GVA 0.083 and reliability from back alpha 0.70. Number 3. Pilot test. The test showed instruments were relevant, clear, and usable with accurate requirements in terminology and industry relevance. Number 4 is a revision, include adding collaboration and problem-solving observation. Clear interview question about labor market info and more specific questionnaire item. Next is the implication of the article. The resulting instrument provide an objective and comprehensive tool for evaluating career guidance program in vocational education. It supports counselor in delivering more target and effective guidance service to prepare students for workforce demand. The instrument adaptability allows broader application across different education contexts and is aligned with international best practice in education program evaluation. The advancement enables data-driven improvement and accountability in career guidance. And the last is the conclusion. The development of a GIS-based evaluation instrument is a significant step toward improving the measurement of career guidance effectiveness in vocational school. With proven validity and reliability, the instruments track outcome-based evaluation framework and support instant program quality. It ultimately aims to better prepare vocational students for successfully transition into the competitive labor market by ensuring that career guidance program meet student needs and labor demand trends. So, next is the third article. In this third article, I will discuss about trends and research implication of guidance and counseling service in Indonesia from 2010 to 2020. A bibliometric analysis. Let's take a look. Introduction. The guidance and counseling profession in Indonesia has evolved over the past 6 decades, embedding itself within the national education system. It plays a critical role in supporting educational success. The research community continues to explore the Indonesian identity of counseling, seeking to harmonize Western counseling theories with local cultural and religious context. This study aims to map the research trend on guidance and counseling service in Indonesia between 2010 and 2020, revealing publication patterns, dominant approach, and research implication. Next, methodology. The study includes bibliometric analysis using publication index in Google Scholar from 2010 to 2020. A total of 962 articles on guidance and counseling service were analyzed across various journals and repetition. The method includes analyzing publication search, citation impact, keyword frequency, CO author network, and research collaboration pattern. The next is result. The analysis showed the guidance and counseling research in Indonesia predominantly focused on behavioristic counseling model and technique. The most productive publication from its journal BK Unesa, while journal Bimbingan and Counseling Indonesia has the highest impact factor with an H index of 24. Most research is conducted by academic, though some practitioners also contribution significantly. Collaboration networks tend to be concentrated within certain institutions with limited inter-institutional cooperation. Keyword analysis reveals behavioral counseling as the most frequently studied topic. with emerging interests in integrating religious and cultural values, especially Islamic perspective, for culturally relevant counseling practice. Next, implication. Number one, the study highlights the need for expanded collaboration across institution and cultural to encourage counseling research in Indonesia. Number two, recommends developing counseling service that better blend indigenous wisdom, local philosophy, and religious value to create a uniquely Indonesian counseling model. Number three, encourage research in the multicultural and culturally sensitive counseling approach is vital for enhancing counseling effectiveness in this diverse Indonesia context. The next and the last is a conclusion. Median and counseling research in Indonesia is growing but remains heavily influenced by Western behavioristic model. More integrative, cultural-based model and collaborative research are necessary to developing counseling service that truly reflect Indonesia's pluralistic society. The study provides a foundation to move toward a more effective and culturally congruent counseling professional. Nah, the presentation of the third article has been completed. I hope that with this video, I can provide knowledge and benefit to everyone. In the last, I would like to thank for Mr. Afif as the lecturer in terms of the courses. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.